Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. It's the brother Bayan here from the GMS New Orleans camp, here to bring you a quick lesson. Prior to get started, I want to give infinite honors and prayers to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Kakadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS who taught me this truth. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect and you Wath, which is you brothers and sisters in the Hebrew that believe, man. And this lesson right here is going to be titled, "The person yesterday is who I'm trying to be better than." Okay? Because what you need to understand on a daily is that you're constantly fighting yourself. You know, you're constantly fighting yourself. That's the biggest battle in this truth, is yourself, because you have to deal with yourself obviously day in and day out. But it's these two things that are in you, you know, which is that spirit and that flesh that is constantly battling. All right, and those are the battles that, you know, you're required to fight and ultimately to overcome, you know. And it's not easy, but it was never going to be easy. All right, the Lord didn't set this thing up to be a cakewalk. All right, but kicking it off, I'm gonna kick it off with Ephesians chapter 4 and 21. It says, "If so be that ye have heard of him and have been taught by him, as the truth is in Yahushua, that ye put off concerning the former conversation, the old man which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust." All right, that old man which is corrupt and according to deceitful lust. All right, all JCAS have their own issues, you know, with the things that they deal with, but you know, it's something that's required of us, is that we have to make that attempt to put off that old man. All right, will it be 100% done, you know, in this captivity? No, because we're in the flesh. You know, the flesh is very, very strong, you know, and that's why we pray for the new bodies, because once we escape sin, you know, once we have the laws in our inward parts, we won't go off no more. But till then, you know, it's a constant battle. Okay, but it says, verse 23, "And be renewed in the spirit of your mind, and that ye put on the new man, which is after Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, is created in righteousness and true holiness." Okay, as I was just going into, you know, that new man is going to be holy. You know, that new man is going to be separate from all of these things that has been done in the world. All right, so you can carry yourself in that manner, but understand that, again, each day is a different round. It's going to be a different fight. All right, but the main point is to continue to fight. You know, just like what Paul said right here in Corinthians, you know, about running a good race. But running that race, you pretty much got to strive and balance everything that you do, you know, according to Paul. 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 24. It says, "Know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize? So run that you may obtain. And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things." All right? Being temperate in all things, being well balanced. Okay? Because we understand that, you know, you can't, it's not wrong to lay your head down, you know, but it's definitely wrong to take you know, a hiatus from the truth. You know, if you give too many days to that old man, you ain't doing nothing but making those demons and, you know, making that battle harder than what it needs to be. All right, so you got to be tapped in with the spiritual things, you know, constantly, day in and day out. You know, and if it doesn't run through your mind, you know, if that spiritual clock ain't clicking off of like, hey man, I've been doing this too long, you know, you need to pray about it, you know. But it says, "No, Salaki," verse 25, "And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible." All right, you know, the athletes, you know, just like what just passed by, the Olympics, you know, Team USA won gold and so on and so forth. But, you know, for them to do that, obviously they put their body on the line. They constantly working out, and they constantly putting up shots, and they constantly doing all these things for them to receive that. But again, that would be something that's labeled as a corruptible crown, because it's not going to mean nothing when America is destroyed. All right, all of that's going to go up, with the smoke of the rest of Babylon. But it says, now we do it to obtain, but we an incorruptible, Salakia. So that spiritual work out for us, spiritually putting in all of the things that are required of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, putting that work in, that spiritual work in, If you was to, again, have the balance of the things and do all of the, doing your studying, doing your reading, doing your praying, all of these things, that's basically in our own way of, being in that spiritual gym, okay? But it says, I therefore so run, not as uncertainly, so fight. I not as one that beateth the air, but I keep under my body and bring it into subjection, lest that by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway. But, the point right there is, but I keep my body under subjection. You got to keep a tight grip on letting that old man loose, because sometimes something might happen. Something he might hit you with a it might sneak you out of nowhere. Like, come on, man. I know I don't usually do these things. I know I've been stopped this, but somehow it just snuck back in. That damn, I didn't went off. Damn, but you gotta get a grip on them things. All right. All of these battles are not going to be won by a landslide. Some battles might be close. Jake, again, we're in the flesh, man. You might be tempted by some things, man. It's common, but you just can't let it overtake you at the end of the day. All right? And it says that when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway. You don't want to be preaching these things, and then all of a sudden, you're basically just being a hypocrite. Because if you're being a hypocrite in these things, you're going to be that castaway. Where it says in NLT that I myself might be disqualified. This race that we're running, and you're not putting your body under subjection how you need to, and you out here trying to, preach the word. Hey, man, the Lord will get rid of you for that. And that's a scary thing to have on your mind, that why you need to fight, why you need to be better than the person yesterday. But next, I'm going to get the book of Galatians, chapter 5 and 16. It says, this I say, then walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. For the flesh lusted against the spirit, and then Salakia, in the spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would. All right? And the flesh and the spirit, is just contrary, man. It's an ongoing battle, day in and day out, man. And this battle is going to continue to happen, and sometimes you might win, sometimes you might lose. But the point is the fight, man. All right? And what else I got? I got this Proverbs 24. Every day is a day in its own. It's another day to get better. That's the mindset that you got to have in these things. Again, Jake might fall into a slump or something, a spiritual slump, but whatever you do, don't let that old man get the best of you. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 24, verse 16. It says, for a just man falleth 7 times and riseth up again, but the wicked shall fall into mischief. All right? Jake, you know you're going to fall, man. It's bound to happen. Nobody in this truth, except for Yahushua when he came back. So like Yahushua, before he got put on the cross, he's the only one to knowledge that ever walked a completely straight path, in that specific lifetime, right? Because we understand through the Spirit that he was Solomon and he was Adam and he went off, in his past reincarnations. But not to get too far off topic, you're going to fall in some type of way, man. It's just kind of it's part of the battle, all right. But it says that a just man falls 7 times and rises up again. You got to get up, You gotta get back into the fight, get back into the race, you know. But it says, but the wicked shall fall into mischief, you know. The wicked basically gonna take that left hook and just gonna stay on the ground until you get counted out. But that's not the case. Our brothers are for us that we continue to fight into the end and continue to get up and continue to fight these next battles, you know. Just again trying to be better. But this is I'm gonna end it off right here with the book of Ecclesiasticus, or Sirach, chapter 17, verse 25. It says, return unto the Lord and forsake thy sins. Make thy prayer before his face and offend less. All right? And I mean, that's the point, man. You're going to sin. You're going to, you know, do some messed up things some days, you know, where you kind of get down on yourself, you know. But the whole objective of this thing is to offend less. You know, sin is inevitable, and what I, you know, pretty much already said, sin is inevitable in this flesh that we're living in, man. So that's why we need to pray for the Lord to come back, so, you know, we could get out of these things, man. So we could get rid of this battle, you know, because it might be getting old, but it's something that we are all acquainted to, of constantly fighting ourselves, you know. But again, the person yesterday is who you're trying to do better than, man. So I pray that this lesson was edifying. Trying to get out of here, I want to give infinite honors and prayers to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS who taught me this truth. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect, and you Akim, you Akwat, which is you brothers and sisters in the Hebrew that believe. And shalom.